What's going on, people? What's going on, beautiful people of the world, all shades of wheat? How are you feeling today? It is your boy TKK, aka the Killer Crook, back with another showdown video. And today I want to talk about my friend Chien Pao here because recently, we just had a suspect testing with palafin, and I'm very disappointed in the small gay community, which is no surprise. You guys tend to do that to me. Every generation never fails. Uh, but actually, no, I wouldn't say that. I want to say that because you guys decided to keep terror, and that's pretty cool. Uh, but some bands have been questionable this generation. Some bands I feel are a bit unnecessary. And you guys finally had the chance. You had the chance to make it right. Bring us back something cool. If for some weird reason you guys chose palafin, now I want you guys to look at those base stats right there to the left, and I want you to tell me what part of any of that makes you think this thing was going to screams OU. What part of that screams OU? It's ridiculous. I mean, this is practically Slay King without truant. You know what I mean? This thing is a monster. Um, so I knew that wasn't going to last. But on the other hand, we have another candidate I think would have been a lot more reasonable, and that is Chien Pao. Now, I know Chien Pao is broken, is fast, is offensive, and his ability pushes it over the top. Um, but I think his typing is defensively horrible, meaning that it could be checked quite easily. Uh, Things like Zamomenta, speed, excuse me, speed iron off with sub could probably shut it down. Alamola is very common, so it could probably potentially burn it. I'm not saying this thing isn't a powerhouse. I'm not saying it can't just rip through teams, but I think defensively due to its typing, its poor defensive typing, it could be stopped fairly easy. Now, Chien Pao is not the frailest thing around. I mean, it has base 80 defense. You know what I mean? Base 80 HP, so it's not horrible, but it's not great either because 9 times out of 10, you're not investing in either of those things. It's always going to be max attack and speed. Uh, that being said, this thing can't really take hits well. I don't believe so. I think it is necessary to the tier to break annoying mons like Alamola and things like that. Hold on, this music is very loud. um, to check annoying mons like Gliscor, things like that. I mean, it's gotten to a point, guys, where we thought Gliscor needed to be banned, but that wasn't the cure. In fact, the cure for Gliscor was this guy right here, Chien Pao. I don't know. I just feel like Chien Pao isn't an overwhelming mon. I don't see it as a threat. Is it the late game sweeper? Sure, but we got plenty of those in the OU tier. Uh, for example, Dragapult, Darkrai, things of that nature. So looking at these sets, the most common set I would speculate that would be running around in OU if Chien Pao were legal is a choice band set. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's the most click button method ever, and it gets the job done. With base 120 attack and base 135 speed, uh, this thing is absolutely threatening, and I'm not here to disregard that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely acknowledging the offensive powerhouse that Chien Pao is, but I do think it could be checked. Um, Having a choice band makes it skeptical to rocks and other hazards that it doesn't like to switch in. And being locked into one move, sure, it'll kill something, you switch something else in, it'll have to switch out, to come back in and take rocks. Pretty much what I'm trying to make the case is that Chien Pao isn't in it for the long run. You know what I mean? It's not going to be here forever throughout the entire game. It's not some sort of bulky powerhouse that can just set up and just annoy the team. I don't think it would make the meta, you know, unbalanced. You know, as opposed to my guy right here, which I don't understand it, guys. I don't understand it. I get it in the sense that you guys probably thought, okay, maybe Raging Bull is common, Alamola is common, and, things of that nature. So maybe they could check palafin, but we clearly see that wasn't the case. Base 160 attack is just way too much. I mean, it's bulky, it's fast. This thing, I'm just in complete awe that you guys decided to test this mon out of all the mons. Chien Pao is definitely a better candidate in my opinion. So one of my favorite sets to use with Chien Pao, like I said, is the choice band set. All you gotta do is click button, this and that, double priority. You can never go wrong with that. And you can either run Terra Dark or Ice. I like to personally run Terra Dark to get a boost on that crunch and sucker punch. And although that is powerful, I think some things can still check that. Hell, you can even argue that Gambit owns Chien Pao unless you run a Sacred Sword. You know what I mean? Literally one low kick, Iron Head, or whatever. So this set obviously is the most threatening. It might be the most broken, but given the example I gave earlier of it not being able to switch into rocks or spikes easily, it's not going to have fun with hazards. It could be stopped. You know what I mean? Check it with a priority, any priority, thunderclap, uh, boosted sucker punches from King Gambit might hurt. You could just run a simplified fighting type with Mach Punch. For example, Conch Elder, or I was going to say Braylon, but nobody uses that thing anymore. Hell, nobody uses Conch Elder, so that probably wasn't the best example either. But you still got things to check it, like Zama Menta and other common threats. Another set that's a bit fearsome is the heavy duty boost set. Now, this move set is actually not correct. I was actually going to take out Sacred Sword for crunch. But yeah, Sucker Punch, Icicle Crash. Now, me personally, I like Icicle Crash on my Chien Pao. I think it's just good for coming in and getting off that major damage and having that potential to flinch. That's always great, right? Despite it not having the best accuracy, you probably always run Ice Spinner over it, but that's just me personally. I'm just a big fan of Icicle Crash. Yeah, this thing just checks many things in the meta that otherwise seem a bit too much due to them not having a direct check. Things like things like Samurai and Walking Wake and Sun and Dragonite. Even Don Donzo doesn't take a bandit crunch from Chien Pao very well. You know what I mean? So it hits very hard. It's very fast. I understand that. But on the flip side, you also got things that could otherwise shut it down. I.e. Don Donzo. Great Tusk if you play it right. Hell, you can even burn it with Moltres or paralyze it with Zapdos. Zama Mental, like I said, doesn't give it a good time. Iron Valiant shits on it. You know what I mean? So to me, it's not broken for the meta right now. I think it'll shut a lot of things down. Hell, I didn't even know Gargantuar went up to OU. I just made a Gargantuar video the other day. I swore I thought the thing was UU for some reason. But yeah, you even got Gargantuar here that could damage it with Salt Gears. It's not going to like any of that. So it's plenty of things that's common in the OU tier that can otherwise put Chien Pao in place. I think it's ready to be OU, and I'm just disappointed that this wasn't the mon to do it. So yeah, heavy duty boost set will probably be your best bet because like I said, you don't want to get hit by those hazards. Choice band is clearly the more effective set due to it's just all out damage powers, right? But just to come in and not take that damage from hazards is just amazing. This thing will also be a good check to Ogerpon too, who I feel is starting to become a bit broken, especially since people are running Trailblaze sets now. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying Ogerpon's not healthy, but it needs a few more checks besides Raging Bolt and a few other mons here. And I think Chien Pao is just another one of those mons that could just otherwise put it in its place. Again, Gliscor, Alamola, very annoying. This thing is a wall breaker. We need more of those. You know what I mean? Alamola, with its immense HP, just being the HP whore that it is very annoying to break sometimes, you know. Um, so to come in and crunch, Terra Dark and crunch and be able to two-shot it would be very beneficial. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know. I'm just very anti-stall. You know what I mean? And I feel like mons like Chien Pao are the perfect mons to capitalize and deliver that overwhelming relief of I don't have to worry about stall. You know what I mean? I could break through this. I could clean up in the end. Just a real good mom, man. And then lastly, you got the Life Orb set, which would probably be the most ineffective set. I just put all attack moves on it. You can probably replace one of these moves, probably one of the priority moves, um, with Swords Dance, just to get it up, just to get it set up and deliver off more damage. Again, this thing would be very, very strong. I'm not disregarding Chien Pao's power. Take a shot for every time I say that, by the way. But I just feel like I have to stress that because I know people are going to look at this video and be like, dude, are you crazy? Chien Pao's super broken. Keep it where it is. But I oppose that because I believe that the meta has developed and evolved to a point where Chien Pao is, pretty cool. You know what I mean? It could come in. It's a lot more. I mean, it has strong priority, but it's not no busted priority like Jet Punch. You know what I mean? Um, it has a pretty high attack stat due to its ability because it lowers the defense of the target. But like I said, defensively, it's just not, due to its typing, it's just not that sound. You know what I mean? I feel like it won't stick around for very long. So that's just how I feel about it. I think Chien Pao is a lot better of a candidate to be suspected tested for unban rather than my guy over here. Let's be honest, we all knew this thing wasn't going to last. I mean, base 160 attack speaks for itself with practically no drawbacks. I mean, you get a strong stab priority. I mean, it's self-explanatory. I'm not going to sit here and discuss too long about palafin. But yeah, I'm just an advocate for Chien Pao. So hopefully when we get that chance again to unban something, um, this guy is up next. I just think the meta is safe for it. I think it's enough checks. Um, I think the bandit set is going to be the most common set. That being said, or you know what, boost probably would be the most common set. You know what I mean? But bandit is the most effective in my opinion. So I don't think this thing enjoys hazards. I don't think it enjoys the overwhelmingly amounts of King Gambits and Iron Valves that's around. So yeah, let's get Chien Pao back in there, man. His mon is too cool. Great stats, great ability, great typing. Just a fun mon. I mean, it's not doing jack shit in Ubers. Nobody plays Ubers you know what I mean? So we might as well just give it another shot. I think it'll be a lot more reasonable. So that's just me. Cause I mean, it's not like it's a broken mon like Gouge of Fire. You know what I mean? Who has defensive moves that could otherwise make it easier for it to set up. You know what I mean? Things like Burning Bulwark, Walk and shit like that, Dragon Dance, Terra. You know what I mean? So this makes a lot more sense, and palafin makes a lot more sense to be in Ubers rather than Chien Pao. I don't think it's the bulkiest. I don't think it's I think it's a lot of checks to it, and I think it's healthy for the meta as in terms of breaking through annoying stall mons such as Alamola and things of that sort. So that's it. Chien Pao's the GOAT. I love it, and hopefully when we get that chance again, we get to unban it. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is TKK, and I'm out. Peace.